Welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a pretty significant transformation happening in hotel sales. We're going to focus on how artificial intelligence is, well, it's fundamentally reshaping the entire art of negotiation.
Hello and welcome. My world is Hotel AI. I've spent my career right at that fascinating intersection where modern hospitality operations meet performance support. It's a field that is evolving at an absolutely incredible pace, and I'm really excited to share with you what that means for your future.
I am particularly pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to this online learning journey. Our entire goal here is to support your professional growth and give you the strategic insights you're going to need to lead in this incredibly dynamic industry.
So here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover 5 key stages of this evolution. We're going to start with the old negotiation dance, then meet the new AI-powered partner. After that, we'll see how to look beyond just the room rate, master the art of compromise, and finally, see how this all creates the new sales consultant.
Okay, first things first. To really appreciate where we're going, we have to understand where we've come from. The traditional negotiation, it was often more of a battle of wills than a strategic partnership, wasn't it? It was driven by gut feelings, not by real insight. In the past, negotiation was so often about that gut feeling, a lot of back and forth haggling. What AI does is completely flip the script. It turns what was often an adversarial process into a truly strategic discussion, one that's grounded in hard data and logic. And that shift from confrontation to collaboration, well, it's fundamental. So this brings us to the solution, the AI-powered partner. Let's take a look at how this kind of tool introduces a whole new level of data-driven precision into the negotiation process.
And we're talking about some pretty sophisticated modern platforms here. You'll hear names like Ideas and Duetto, and these are no longer just tools. They're really becoming the central nervous system for modern revenue managers' entire strategy.
What's so crucial to understand is that these tools don't just give you numbers. They deliver a mountain of evidence. They basically arm the salesperson with data-driven recommendations, and that allows for an almost clinical level of precision when you're sitting at the bargaining table.
Now, moving on to our third section, let's see how all this data gives us a completely new perspective. See, AI allows us to look way beyond the room rate to understand a customer's true total value to the hotel.
The big concept here is total guest value. And this is not just about the room rate. It is a comprehensive metric that calculates a client's entire financial worth to the property, factoring in every single potential revenue stream you can think of.
So what goes into that calculation? Well, the AI is analyzing everything: what they spend in the restaurants and spas, their booking patterns, if they prefer suites, even their cancellation history. All of this data comes together to paint a complete, detailed financial picture of the guest.
Okay, let's see this in action. For a high-value client, someone who spends a lot on suites and dining, the AI might suggest a lower, more aggressive room rate to really secure their loyalty. But for a low-value client who cancels a lot or only books at the busiest times, the system's going to recommend a higher rate and much stricter limits. It's all about custom tailoring the offer to the client's actual worth. The strategic advantage here is just immense. A salesperson can now go into any negotiation with the confidence of knowing a clear, data-backed walk-away price. They know the exact point at which a deal is just no longer profitable for the hotel. So, what happens when a client pushes for a rate that's below that walk-away price? That's our fourth section, how AI actually helps us master the art of compromise to find a win-win solution. This is where we get into something called intelligent compromising. It's the strategic use of data to offer concessions that are low cost for the hotel but are seen as high value by the client. This makes sure a profitable deal can still be made.
Here's how it usually plays out. First, the client asks for a rate that's just too low. Instantly, the AI flags it as unprofitable. But, and this is the amazing part, it doesn't just say no. Instead, in real time, it provides the salesperson with smart suggestions for other value adds, which leads to an agreement that works for everyone.
And what do these value adds look like? Well, they're the kinds of things that guests love, but that don't cost the hotel a fortune. Think complimentary Wi-Fi, a guaranteed late checkout, maybe a few room upgrades. It's all about giving value without sacrificing your core profit. This all leads us to our final, and I think maybe the most important section, the incredible transformation of the salesperson's role itself. You see, they are no longer just negotiators, they're becoming strategic sales consultants.
And this new role goes way beyond single bookings. For those really complex, multi-year corporate contracts, AI becomes absolutely crucial. It can analyze long-term market trends to protect the hotel's future revenue from any unexpected shifts in the market.
So how exactly does it protect that future revenue? Well, the AI might suggest adding things like escalation clauses to account for inflation, or it could propose flexible pricing tiers that change with future occupancy. Ultimately, it turns a rigid contract into a living, adaptive agreement that benefits both parties in the long run.
And the result of all this is a really fundamental shift in perception. The salesperson evolves from someone who just haggles over price into a trusted, data-savvy consultant. It's a huge upgrade. This quote from our source material just captures the essence of this change perfectly. AI doesn't replace the human touch. Instead, it provides the foundation of logic and data upon which a strong, lasting business relationship can be built. So, the key takeaway is this. The future of sales in our industry isn't just about technology. It's about finding that perfect balance between technological intelligence and that absolutely essential human empathy. The two have to work together. And that leaves us with a final question for you to think about. As you prepare to become the next generation of leaders in hospitality, how will you personally balance the power of this technology with the art of empathy to build those truly valuable, lasting client relationships?